Hello students, welcome back to the math class. Today onwards we are going to start our new chapter. The name of the chapter is Sequence and Series. This chapter is given as on chapter number 9 in your textbook, and this chapter is very similar to the one of the previous class chapter, that is arithmetic progression. So we will find out the topics are very similar and some new topics are going to add in this chapter. Okay, so first of all, let us see some introduction part about the chapter, what exactly we are going to learn, and then today we shall start the first exercise of the NCERT textbook. See, the first definition is given here as of sequence. What is sequence actually? That we shall try to understand first. So see here, definition is written in such a way. In the mathematics, the word sequence is used in much the same way as it in ordinary English. When we say that a collection of objects is listed in a sequence, we usually mean that the collection is ordered in such a way that it has an identified first member, second member, third member, and so on. For example, see, means when we are creating the list of the numbers or some elements, then we should know which is our first element, second element, third element, and so on when we are creating a list over there. So that is forming a sequence. Some of the examples are given here. Population of human beings means when we are finding the population, definitely we mark the people as first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and so on. Okay, then only we can say that yes, the population is our country is this that much. Okay, so each and everybody has marked with a proper number. For example, in your class, when we take the examination, we allot you the roll numbers. Okay, roll number 1, roll number 2, roll number 3. So here you are creating a sequence of roll numbers. Same way they are creating a sequence of populations, and it is given or bacteria at a different time form a sequence. The amount of money deposited in a bank. For example, in the beginning you deposited in a bank 100 rupees, then next year or next month you deposited 300 rupees, then again next year or next month you deposited 500 rupees. So see, you are creating a sequence. So your initial amount was, the first member is here 100, second member is 300, third member is 500, and so on. You are creating depositing the money each and every time. Similarly, the third example is given here. Depreciated value of a certain commodity occur in a sequence. For example, you bought one vehicle. Okay, that vehicle is having a cost is 5 lakh rupees. Next year, definitely the cost will depreciate and it becomes maybe 4 lakh 50,000. Again, next year, it becomes 4 lakh. Again, that after that some years it became 3 lakh, 2 lakh. So see, here also we are creating a sequence: 5 lakh, 4 lakh 50,000, 4 lakh, 3 lakh, 2 lakh, and so on. Okay, so here also we can see that the sequence is going to form. Now, one thing remember, the examples I have given, I did not follow a particular pattern in given the list of the numbers. For example, suppose if I say I am depositing a money, so same amount I am not depositing every time. That is not compulsory to define the sequence over here. Okay, so sequence is a list of the number which goes with the some what we can say mathematical values. Okay, so here there is no particular pattern, may be there, it can be there, or it may not be there. Okay, so here suppose if we have any particular pattern, that will be called as some type of progression. Okay, see here in the second point it is mentioned, sequences following specific pattern are called progression. Okay, so difference between sequence and progression. Progression have specific pattern while sequences may not have the particular pattern. For example, suppose I say I am depositing this month 100 rupees, next month 300 rupees, next to next month 700 rupees. So there is no particular pattern. I am randomly I am depositing any money in the bank. Okay, but I am creating a sequence for each and every month. But suppose each and every month I deposit 100 rupees only. First month 100 rupees, again next month 100 rupees, third month is also 100 rupees. So I can say that here I am forming a particular pattern, and hence this sequence will be progression. Okay, now let See, here we shall learn one more type of progression, that is geometric progression. Actually, three types of progressions are given in the syllabus of class 11. But as per the NCERT textbook, we have to study only two. When you will prepare for the competitive examination, you have to prepare all the three. So first one is arithmetic progression, which already you have covered in the class 10. Some more things we shall add this year in the class 11. Okay. Then second progression will be here geometric progression. Then third one is harmonic progression. Okay. So we shall study one by one the both the progression once again. Arithmetic progression, which you know already, we shall add some things over there, and geometric progression we shall study once again. Harmonic progression is not part of the syllabus over there, that you have to study separately. Now some examples we can see. Examples of sequence is given over here. Assume that there is a generation gap of 30 years. Okay, between you and your father, maybe 30-year gap is there. Okay, similarly the gaps are maintained over the different generations. Now if we want to find out, suppose if I say how many persons are there over 300 years. So see, how shall we find out over there? In the beginning, maybe two persons only will be there. Then in the second time, third time, and if we go till the 10th generation, see the sequence will form 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, and so on. Means in that family the number of persons will be going to increase. Okay, so here they are forming also here one of the sequence. One example is given like that. Then one important point is here, a sequence could be finite or infinite. If it contain finite number of terms, we will say sequence is finite, and if it contain infinite number of terms, we will say sequence will be infinite. Now the last point in this section, we have to study about the Fibonacci sequence. Fibonacci sequence, you see the point is last point you observe, that is sequence is given 1, 1, 2, 3, 5 and 8 and so on. It is going like that. So in this sequence, see, you cannot find out any visible pattern, but pattern is there. How? You observe, if I leave the first two numbers 1 and 1, okay, and if I start with 2, so observe 2 is the addition of 1 plus 1, 3 is the addition of 1 plus 2, 5 is the addition of 2 plus 3, and 8 is the addition of 3 plus 5. Means here we can say that if I leave the first two number, then third element onwards, the pattern is they are forming a pattern in such a way each and every number is the addition of previous two numbers. Okay, so actually this sequence start with 0. It is not written in the sequence over there. So each and every element is following that pattern we can see. For example, if I include here 1 0, if I include, so observe 0 and 1 addition is here coming is 1. Okay, so this 1, which is actually the second element of the sequence, is also following the same pattern. First two element by default could not be followed because before that there is no number which we can add. Okay, so remember Fibonacci sequence is such a way that it will have each and every element except the first two. Each and every element will be having the addition of previous two numbers. Okay, that is called as the Fibonacci sequence. That question also given to us in one of the question is given in the exercise. Now the last point we shall study over here, that is called as the series. What is series? Suppose that if I say a1, a2, a3 dash 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 an with a given sequence. Okay, means as you know that sequence some elements are there, maybe they have the specific order or maybe they not have the specific order. If they have the specific order, remember I have told you it will be called as the progression, and if they do not have any particular order and randomly the numbers are coming, we will say it is a sequence. So now suppose it is a sequence, then the expression a1 plus a2 plus a3 plus dash 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 an and plus again it is going up till the last term is called as the series associated with the given sequence. And series is finite or infinite according as the given sequence is finite or infinite. Means series can be also finite or infinite if the sequence is given finite or infinite over there. So remember the addition of all the number will be called as here series, nothing else. Okay, so if you have given the sequence 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 dash dash, then 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 will be called as the series. Okay, so let us start the first question now. I hope these definitions are clear to you. I made clear a definition of sequence, then progression, and then series, and in between that I told you one more type of special series, special sequence, sorry, that is Fibonacci sequence. Okay, so let us start now the first question. First exercise is very simple, so we can finish, I think, today itself the whole exercise. Some of the question I will leave for you, whichever are very simple. So let us see the first question. They are saying write the first 5 term of each of the sequences in the exercise 1 to 6 whose nth term are given as. So let us see the question number 1. See, we have given that in the first question the value of an is given as n into bracket n plus 2. What they are asking from us? First 5 terms. So let us find out first the value of a1. So I am keeping n is equal to 1. So I am finding it the value of a1. So here in place of n I will put up 1. 1 into 1 plus 2. So I think after solving it, it will come 3. Okay. Similarly, let us put up the value of n is equal to 2. So value of a2 will be equal to 2 into the bracket 2 plus 2. So 2 plus 2 will be equal to 4, and 4 into 2 it would be 8. Similarly, we shall put up n is equal to 3, 4 and 5. So let us see, n is equal to 3, a3 would be equal to 3 into the bracket 3 plus 2. So 3 plus 2 5, 5 into 3 15. Similarly, n is equal to 4. So a4 would be equal to 4 into the bracket 4 plus 2. So 4 plus 2 6, 6 into 4 24. And similarly the last one we can find out n is equal to 5. So a5 will be equal to 5 into the bracket 5 plus 2. 5 plus 2 7, 7 into 5 35. Okay, so now this is the value of first question. 3, 8, 15, 24 and 35 is your answer. Now similarly you can see the any one part. For example, I will explain you part number 5 and part number 6. I hope second, third and fourth question easily you can solve it by your own. Remember, this all question you have to solve it in your classwork notebook. Okay, don't leave any question. These are textbook question, so we are solving it each and every question over here. Let us see the question number 5 now. In the fifth question, what they are giving to us? An is equal to minus 1 to the power n minus 1 into 5 to the power n plus 1. Okay, so now we can say first we'll find out n is equal to 1. So it would be a1 is equal to minus 1 to the power 1 minus 1 into 5 to the power 1 plus 1. Okay, now here it will remain minus 1 to the power 0, and any term having the power 0 value will be equal to 1. So 1 into 5 to the power 2 means it would be 25. So it will become 25 plus. Now similarly n is equal to 2 we can take. So n is equal to 2. So value of a2 will be equal to minus 1 to the power 2 minus 1 into 5 to the power 2 plus 1 is equal to minus 1 to the power 2 minus 1 means it will remain minus 1 to the power 1, and hence it will be minus 1 only, into 5 to the power 3 means it would be 125. So we can say it will become minus of 125. Similarly, we can find out some other values. Here the work is little lengthier because we have to find out each and every time all the 5 values. So minus 1 to the power, this will be 3 minus 1 into 5 to the power 3 plus 1. So is equal to minus 1 to the power 2, that will become 1, into 5 to the power 3 plus 1, that is 5 to the power 4, and I think it will become 625. So this will be 625 plus it will come. Similarly, n is equal to 4. Now the calculation will become tougher. So let us see, 4 will be equal to minus 1 to the power 4 minus 1 into 5 to the power 4 plus 1. Okay, minus 1 to the power 4 minus 1 will remain 3, and minus 1 to the power 3 means it will remain minus 1. And 5 to the power 5, 5 to the power 5, 5 to the power 4 is 625, and I think 625 we shall multiply by 5, so it will become something 3000, it should be 3125 should come. Let us check once. 625 into 5, it will come, I think so, 3125. 5 5 is a 25, 5 carry 2, 5 is a 12 plus 2 carry 1, and 5 is a 6 is a 30 plus 1 3125. Correct. So here 3125 is coming. Okay, so minus 1 into 3125. So this will become minus sign of 3125. And last one, n is equal to 5. So n is equal to 5 would be here, a5 is equal to minus 1 to the power 5 minus 1 into 5 to the power 5 plus 1. 5 to the power 5 plus 1, right? So this will be minus 1 to the power 4, and hence it will become here 1 into 5 to the power 6. 5 to the power 6 means I think 3125. Again we have to multiply by 5, because 3125 is equal to 5 to the power 5, and again one more 5 we are including. So 5 5 is a 25, 5 carry 2, 5 is a 12 plus 2 carry 1, 5 ones are 5 plus 1 6, and 5 is a 15. It is 15625. Okay, so let us see. This will be 1 5. We can write down 15625. So is equal to 15625. This is your last term they are asking to us. Now quickly we'll see the last question of this section. The last is 6-1. An is equal to n into n square plus 5 upon 4. Okay, so let us see how we can find out the sixth question over here. In the sixth question we have given that an is equal to n, and then into, we can say it is given to us n square plus 5 upon 4. Okay, let us put up some values here. I don't think it is difficult for you, so I will show you one or two values. N is equal to 1, so a1 is equal to 1 into 1 square plus 5 upon 4. So I think this will become 5 plus 1, 6 upon 4, and 6 upon 4 will be equal to 3 upon 2. So first value will be here 3 upon 2. Similarly, n is equal to 2. So that will be a2 is equal to 2 into 2 square plus 5 upon 4. 2 and 4 we can cancel here only. That will remain 2, and 4 plus 5 9. This will be 9 upon 2. So I hope easily you can find out the remaining values by your own. So these questions I am leaving for you. You can try by your own the remaining part. Simple calculations are required. If for each and every part you need to find out the value of a1, a2, a3, a4 and a5. Okay. Now let us see the next section, question number 7 to 10. See, in the 7 to 10, what they're asking, find the indicated term in each of the sequences in exercise 7 to 10 whose nth terms are given. Means whatever we have done in question number 1 to 5, same job we need to do it here. Only the difference is we are not required to find out all the 5 terms. We need to find out the term indicated in the question. For example, question number 7 we shall see. In the 7th question, you see what they are saying. We need to find out the value of A17 and A24. So let us find out the value of A17. An is given here 4n minus 3, and they are asking from us A17 comma A24. Okay, so let us find out first. N is equal to 17 we shall keep. So A17 is equal to 4 into 17 minus 3. So 17 4s are 68 minus 3 will become here 65. And same way we can find out the second one. N is equal to 24. So that will be A24 would be equal to 4 into 24 minus 3. So that will be 96 minus 3. I think it will come 90. This is your answer. Let us see one more part if you want. Part number 8 shall we see, because all parts are similar only. Okay, so we can see it, part number 8. So in the 8th part, what they are giving to us, an is equal to n square upon 2 to the power n. And what they are asking, value of a7. So let us find out the value of a7 here. Okay, so see, in the a7, first of all we shall put up the value of n is equal to 7. So n is equal to 7. So value of a7 will be equal to square of 7 upon 2 to the power 7. Square of 7 will be equal to 49, and 2 to the power 7, I think it will be 128. And 49 and 128 we cannot cancel, right? So this is your answer. Same way, find out the part number 9, means question number 9 and question number 10. Okay, now we shall see the next question number 11 to 13. So in the 11 to 13, what we have given here, write the first 5 terms of each of the sequences in exercise 11 to 13 and obtain the corresponding series. Means at last the series also we need to write down. Series, don't forget, we need to write down all the terms in addition. That will become a series. Sequence, if we write down all the terms separated by commas, it will be called a sequence. And if we are writing all the terms along with the addition sign, then it will become a series. Okay, so let us see question number 11. In the 11th question, see, we have given that a1 is equal to 3 comma, the nth term is given here, an is equal to 3 into an minus 1. Remember, n minus 1 is coming in suffix, plus 2. And this is applicable for, means this nth term is applicable for n more than 1. Means value of n you need to put more than 1, means 2, 3, 4, 5, like that value you can keep it. Okay, so let us see. First I am keeping the value of n is equal to 2, because n is equal to 1 need not to put, and that is also not possible to put over there. We have the value of a1 already. So a2 is equal to 3 into a, and in the suffix it will come 2 minus 1. Okay, plus 2. So if I solve further, this will become thrice of a1 plus 2, and 3 into value of a1 is here 3 plus 2. So 3 into 3, 9 plus 2 will become here 11. This is your second value, because they are asking the first 5 terms. So we have the first term is 3, second term is 11. Now n is equal to 3. So a3 will be equal to 3 into, now I will write down directly whatever the value came here, like a1 here. Okay, so observe, if I put up here in place of n the value 3, if I put up, so 3 minus 1 will become here 2, so it will come a2 plus 2. Value of a2 I have now, that is 11 plus 2, so this will become, I think, 35, right? And similarly we can find out two more values. N is equal to 4, so n is equal to 4 means this will be a4 is equal to 3 into, definitely it will come a3 because n minus 1 is there, and plus 2, so 3 into a3 value we have 35 plus 2, 35 into 3, I think it is 105, and plus 2, this will be 107. And the last value we can find out in the similar way. N is equal to 5, so value of a5 will be equal to 3 into a4 plus 2, so 3 into 107 and then plus 2. 107 into 3, I think this will become 321, and plus 2, so this will be 323. So final value you can write down here. So we can say that the first 5 terms are like that. First one is 3, 11, 35, 107 and 323. Now let us see once again what they are asking exactly. So they are saying write the first 5 terms of the sequences and obtain the corresponding series. So now we shall write down at the last, therefore corresponding series would be, we can say, first element is here 3, second element is 11, third element is 35, then plus 107 plus 323. Okay, and then plus it may go up till dash dash. So this is your corresponding series. Okay, similarly you can find out the remaining two parts. I hope so, because it is nothing, just we have to keep the value of n is equal to 1 2 3 4 5, and accordingly we need to find out the answer. If I find any one or two part are difficult for you, then I will provide you the solution along with the notes. Okay, now let us see the last question of this exercise, that is question number 14. See, in the 14th question what they are saying to us. In the Fibonacci sequence is defined by a1 is equal to a2 is equal to 1, means we have given that the value of a1 is equal to the value of a2 is equal to 1. That is the one thing we have given. Second, we have given that the value of nth term. So an is given here as an minus 1 plus an minus 2. Okay, an minus 2, and this applicable for n more than 2, means we cannot put the value n is equal to 1 and 2, we can put from 3 onwards. Then we have to find out the value of an plus 1 upon an for the value of n is equal to 1 2 3 4 and 5, means if I put n is equal to 1, I have to calculate an plus 1 upon an. Similarly, the value of n equal to 2, n equal to 3, I have to put in that fraction and calculate their values. So first of all, we have to keep some values ready in this question, then only we can find out the required fraction. Okay, so first, since a1 and a2 I will start finding from 3 onwards. So let us take the value of n is equal to 3. Okay, so a3 will be equal to, here in this equation I am putting the value an is equal to an minus 1 plus an minus 2. So this will become a 3 minus 1 plus a 3 minus 2. Okay, now 3 minus 1 will become here a2, and this will become a1, and value of a2 and a1 both are given here 1 and 1, so it will become finally 2. Similarly, now I will find out n is equal to 4. So a4, if I write down directly, 4 minus 1 will become here 3, and 4 minus 2 will become here 2. I am putting here, okay, n minus 1 and n minus 2. Here I am going to put. So 4 minus 1 will become here 3 and 4 minus 2 will become 2. Now value of A3 we have 2. So 2 plus value of A2 we have 1. So 2 plus 1 will become here 3. Similarly, let us find out the value of n is equal to 5. So A5 will be equal to, this will become 100% A4 and this will be A3. You can check the subtraction. A4 is 3 and A3 is 2. So 3 plus 2 will become here 5. And last one more value we'll find out, okay, because see, we required the value of an plus 1. When we shall put n is equal to 5, the value of an plus 1 will become here a6. Okay, so the highest value we required here till a6. That's why I am finding one more value here. So a6 will be equal to a5 plus a4. So a5 will be here 5 and A4 will be here 3. So 5 plus 3 will become here 8. Now let us find out one by one all the fractions. Now we can say for n is equal to 1. an plus 1 upon an is equal to a2 upon a1. If I put up n is equal to 1, so 1 plus 1 will become 2, and then in denominator it is a1 only. Now what is the value of a2 I have? A2 I have 1 and a1 also 1. So 1 upon 1 will be equal to 1. Now for n is equal to 2. So this will become an plus 1 upon an would be equal to a3 upon a2. What is the value of a3 I have? A3 I have here 2 and a2 I have 1. So this will be 2 upon 1 will be equal to 2. Similarly, n is equal to 3 we shall take. So n is equal to 3. So we can say that an plus 1 upon an is equal to a4 upon a3. Okay, so value of a4, you can see that we have 3 and value of a3 we have here 2. So this will be 3 upon 2. Similarly, we can find out n is equal to 4 and n is equal to 5. So n is equal to 4. That will be an plus 1 an plus 1 upon an is equal to a5 upon a4, right? So a5, you can see a5 is 5 and a4 we have 3. Okay, so last value n is equal to 5. That will be an plus 1 upon an. So that will become here a6 as I told you earlier upon a5. A6 we have 8 and a5 we have 5. So here we shall put up at last upon 5. So this will be the answer of all an plus 1 upon an. And you see, it is also forming the Fibonacci sequence. That is same as the sequence I shown you in the example. Okay, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. Same sequence is given. Only with the help of that sequence, we are finding the value of one of the fraction by keeping the value of n different each and every time. So students, we have finished the first exercise of the chapter. Now next time onwards we shall start the exercise 9.2. Okay, so 9.2 will be nothing new for us, that is only arithmetic progression. We shall deal the question of nth term and some of the nth term, some of the terms of the AP, so that all question we shall solve it on that time. Okay, thank you.